or use the upholstery tool like this. Or like this. Clean your carpets plus your upholstery anytime you like with a Bissell Carpet Machine Plus. $159.87 now at Kmart.
The moment is now a part of history. The celebrations were sweet, the homecoming unforgettable, but Twins fans, the best is yet to come. Throughout this incredible season, Mark Rosen and the WCCO television sports team have been there, bringing all the action home for you. And now, as the Twins battle the Cardinals, stay with Channel 4 Sports for live, expanded pre-game and post-game shows throughout the series. It all starts with the Twins World Series preview, Saturday at 6:30 on Channel 4.
You are watching WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is the 6 p.m. report.
Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. In just an hour and a half, it will begin to shake, rattle, and roll as thousands of Twins fans cheer their team on in Game 1 of the World Series of Baseball. Already there's quite a bit of activity in and around the Dome. This is history in the making, at least for our parts. Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us. Don Shelby here along with Pat Miles with a very special edition of our 6 p.m. report.
Good evening, everyone. We do wish you were here with us, but we're glad you're watching tonight because the lead story is anticipation. Guess what? Downtown Minneapolis is totally alive with World Series fever. It is an emotion which drove thousands of fans to stand in line for hours again today to purchase the Homer hanky. Now, most of these people may not even be at the game tonight, but that little piece of cloth has become the symbol of the Twins' postseason success. Lots of people want to share in the Twins' magic. Pat Kessler is standing by with the story of a massive rally, Homer Hanky Rally, which started about an hour ago. Pat?
Good afternoon. It was a glorious day, I must tell you. I've been around here a long time. I have never, ever seen anything like this today in downtown Minneapolis. And if there is one symbol, just one thing that people are going to remember from this World Series, I think it's going to be this Homer hanky. I got to tell you, this little piece of cloth has swept the nation. It's incredible. If God is a Twins fan, then Minneapolis today is a religious experience, I must say. A couple of thousand people turned out for a huge rally in downtown Minneapolis this afternoon, paying homage to this Homer hanky. These hankies, as you know, are good luck charms for our Twins, and His Honor the Mayor came very close to calling it today. Well, I got to tell you, His Honor is saying we are going to win it. Who would have thunk that? I mean, the mayor's saying we're going to win it? I never would have heard him say that. Around town today, there are hundreds and hundreds of people on every single corner. I have never seen this many people around town, and everyone seems to have a really good feeling. Now, we got the Homer hankies. We've got just about everything else. I just saw something here for the first time this afternoon. This guy doesn't know I'm going to do this. Take a look at this. He says that a bunch of people just dumped these off here. Look at this. It says Series Sweeper. Now, what happened? People just stopped
handing these brooms out here for the same purpose. We're only going 4 games.
It's only going to be 4 games. Everybody agree with that? 4 games? I guess, what can I say? We're going 4 games. So, Don and Pat, I think we can probably shut things down here. We're not going to need to go to St. Louis, huh?
Oh, no. Well, we're going to go for a few games anyway.
All right.
Thank you, Pat. Well, I had a feeling this might happen when they announced yesterday that you could purchase Twins tickets for Games 6 and 7 by telephone. Well, you could have guessed.
Yeah.
The phone lines this morning were jammed. They were so jammed with people who have Twins fever and need tickets that it was felt as far away as North Dakota, if you can believe it.
That's right. The tickets for Game 6 and 7 went on sale by phone, as Pat said this morning, and in about the first hour, the experts say 200,000 people or more tried to place orders for those tickets. The telephone system, of course, just could not handle all of the tens of thousands of regular phone customers who were not even trying to call in, found out that it messed up their own phone systems. They found that their phones did nothing but click. Trish Van Pilsen reports on how the Twins' fever sort of grand slammed the phone system.
Doing anything?
Nothing.
Callers waited up to 20 minutes to get dial tones. Authorities worried people would not be able to call for emergency help if they needed it. It happened in Columbia Heights. A woman had to run a block and a half to the fire station to report that she discovered her elderly cousin dead in her apartment. She could not get through to 911 on her telephone.
She come up and knocked on the door, at which time we responded down there, and she was deceased in the bathroom.
In this case, the delay in police response didn't make a difference. The elderly woman was already dead. But family members say they're still very upset and describe the telephone situation as a calamity.
General alarm for Columbia Heights fire. All personnel report to the station.
Columbia Heights police were afraid they'd miss other calls, so they stationed fire rigs at key intersections and told residents via a cable television station to report any emergencies to the trucks. Northwestern Bell knew the call load would be tremendous this morning and adjusted their computerized equipment to try to handle it. But officials say the overload was so large it was impossible to prevent a disruption of service.
Well, we had one office here in town that for a 5-minute period at about 8:30, we recorded about 22,000 attempts to that number. That's just one office in 5 minutes.
The ticket by telephone system was supposed to be a better way, a way to avoid the kinds of problems created when fans waited in line.
Instead of a small problem for some people, they've got a large problem for everyone in the community.
Dayton's officials say if they're faced with this kind of demand for tickets again, they'll have to come up with yet another idea. Trish Van Pilsum, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
Of the several 100,000 frustrated fans who tried to call in for tickets today, about 10,000 of them did meet with some form of success. Callers jammed the phone lines most of the morning, but for some persistence paid off. Gert Donlin of West St. Paul says she started calling right at 8, and they say she finally got through about 2 hours later.
He said, "Would you spell your last name?" And I almost started to cry. And then he said, "Well, this is your number when you come to get the tickets." And I couldn't get the pen to work. And I said, "How many numbers you're going to give me?" And he said, "Only 4, so I hope I've got the right numbers now."
The 10,000 tickets that were available for games 6 and 7, plus some obstructed seats that went on sale a little bit later, sold out in about 3 hours.
Let's hope when we get in the World Series again next year, we have a better system for this. And congratulations to all the people who got tickets, of course. But right now, we're going to go inside the dome where Mark Rosen is standing by as everybody in there, the fans and the players, are warming up. Mark?
That's right, Pat. Everyone's soaking up as much atmosphere as possible. The doors open about 5:30, and there are more people in here already than I've seen at a lot of Twins games in recent years. And I think what symbolizes this World Series more than anything is you look at a player, let's say, like Gene Larkin of the Minnesota Twins. First year with Minnesota. He's in the World Series. Then you think of a player like Rod Carew, who spent 17 years in the major leagues, most of those with the Minnesota Twins, never got a sniff of the World Series. And how much he ached to be here tonight. Harmon Killebrew, who, of course, did play in the Twins' lone World Series back in 1965, will get the honor of throwing out the first ball here at 7:30, and what a thrill it will be for Harmon indeed. As far as the matchup goes, the Twins, are they nervous? You bet they're nervous. They're not uptight. I think they were a little bit more uptight before the first game against Detroit when they had to face the likes of Doyle Alexander and Jack Morris in successive nights. They beat both of those pitchers. Tonight, they'll be facing a rookie, Joe McGrain. The Twins feel they have the upper hand with Frank Viola. All the more important why Minnesota has to win this game tonight. And I think the stage is set. Everything's been said and done. The game's the thing. Let it begin. Back to you guys.
All right, Mark, thank you. And in just a moment, we're going to go live to St. Louis and talk to some lonely Twins fans there.
And Debbie Ely will be along. She'll have some of the rest of the other day's news coming up in just a moment.
I thought if nothing else, I'd trade maybe. I got some Homer hankies I'd be willing to trade for a couple of tickets for tonight, too.
She's a little orphan from Minneapolis would like 2 tickets for the game, and I'd like to go with her.
Tickets!
Teenagers can be deeply troubled and need professional help.
But some hospitals and treatment centers are turning that trouble into big money.
Monday on Newsday, we'll meet Sarah, whose mother expected a 10-day psychiatric evaluation and got a 5-month stay for her daughter and an $80,000 hospital bill.
And doctors still can't agree on Sarah's diagnosis.
Is psychiatric treatment for kids another form of warehousing? Well, some critics say it is.
Join us Monday for a fascinating look at treatment on Newsday.
Well, my fitness goals are basically to stay in shape. I'm trying to lose weight.
I'm striving to lower my cholesterol.
And the pounds are just going to roll off me, I can tell.
And we think it's terrific.
It's all part of Take It Off Twin Cities, and these people are jumping into fitness through the Take It Off Twin Cities campaign.
Whatever your goals are, keep up the hard work. You'll feel great by November 17th. Stick to it and see how it feels to Take It Off, Twin Cities.
As you know, Kent Herbeck is one of the best-known names playing in this World Series game tonight, but the name Herbeck is not unknown in the St. Louis area. As a matter of fact, Cindy Hilger tracked down Kent Herbeck's uncle and his family, and they recently, of course, had to switch loyalties. They're now Twins fans.
You bet they are. Pat, we are standing right in the middle of Busch Stadium. It's a far cry here from what's going on there. The workers just finished doing some of their preparations for the night. They're going to be back here tomorrow trying to get the stadium ready for Tuesday night's game. Art Herbeck, Kent's uncle, and his family live about 20 miles east of Busch Stadium in Glen Carbon, Illinois. We paid a visit to them this afternoon, and we found that a good-natured rivalry has sprung up in their neighborhood. The Herbecks live in Cardinal country, but you'd never know it by looking at their front yard.
Herbecks are always trying one-upmanship on everybody. Couldn't let that happen today.
So today, the Herbeck neighborhood is dotted with color, Twins blue and Cardinal red.
See, we were going to leave them alone until they went a little too much.
Yeah, they went a little overboard that time.
Yeah, just a little overboard.
The Herbecks have lived in Glen Carbon for more than 10 years now. They're used to their neighbors ribbing about the Twins.
They know that we're Twins fans, and they're really nice about it. They're all coming over, in fact, tonight. So.
No fights breaking out?
No fights, no, just fun.
In fact, the Herbecks do pull for the Cardinals, but Kent's uncle Art says he knew these two teams would make it to the series. Now there's no question about who he's rooting for.
Just a little bit on the Twins side right now. During the summer, the Cardinals and, of course, the Twins, but when the two meet, it has to be the Twins.
Kent's cousin Tracy grew up watching the Cardinals. She's been pulling for them all along.
The Cardinals had to win, you know, to get it this way, so we had to root for the Cardinals. And then we say, here we go.
How are you going to hold up Tuesday night?
Oh, my goodness.
I think I'm
going to make a new one. May the best team win.
But she did want to send a message to her cousin Kent.
Do you have anything? Good luck, dude.
Now, Pat and Don, the Herbecks have invited their neighbors over for a game-watching party tonight. On the menu, I should say, are Hostess Twinkies, and believe it or not, Ham's beer, which you can get down here if you know where to look, although it's a rare commodity down here in St. Louis. Pat, we're going to go back to you where all the excitement is.
All right, Cindy, thanks, and we'll see you on Monday in St. Louis. Well, we don't have to wonder about the loyalty of the fans around the Metrodome. These are Twins fans, and they have got a very high fever at this moment.
You know what? Somewhere in this crowd, someplace amid all of this pandemonium, is a guy that made himself famous the other night by jumping off a big ledge here about a story and a half to try to get a hold of the story when the Twins brought home the pennant. Mike Walsher is out there somewhere in that crowd, and I hope somewhere safe.
All right, you are, Don. I'm on solid ground. I'm going to stay this way until they win the series, and I'm going to take a bigger jump, I tell you. It's exciting out here. The energy is building. The enthusiasm is building, and it's not just Twins fans. There's a sprinkling of Cardinal fans out here as well. We're going to do a point-counterpoint between some of them now. What's your name?
John Creamy.
All right, what do the Cards have to do in your mind to win the pennant, or win the series?
I need some good pitching, and I think they got the good managing and some stealing. And I think they'll do it.
All right, how have you been treated outside the dome here?
It's been fantastic. Everybody's been real nice to us, and we have had no problems. It's been great.
What do you think of the homer hanky, and how do you respond to it?
I think it's nice. We got our own little...
All right, show me. Come on.
This time we respond to the homer hanky.
All right, let's go over here to some Twins fans. What do you say to these gentlemen here?
Well, this is my apron for Cardinal Stu, and he's got his apron for the cleanup after the game. But good luck to St. Louis.
All right, is that sportsmanship for you? There you have it, some good-natured ribbing between the Twins and Cards fans as they head in for Game 1. Don?
All right, Mike, thank you very much.
That one guy looked like a Vulcan. Hey, by the way, we've got some earplugs for those Cards fans because they're going to need them in the Metrodome.
You know, in fact, they said it might be one of the strategies of Whitey Herzog, no joke, that he's going to tell his players to put some earplugs in.
Right. Won't work. Well, we do have other news today, and Debbie Ely is standing by in the studio, and Don and I will be back to rejoin you a bit later. So back to you, Debbie.
All righty. Tonka is getting a new toy, a $600 million toy. The Minnetonka company is purchasing Kenner Parker Toys of Massachusetts, a move that will make it the nation's third largest toy maker. In order to finance the deal, Tonka will suspend its annual common stock dividend indefinitely. The police chief in Claremont, Minnesota is charged with stealing from his grandmother. Chief Gregory Lang allegedly took more than $60,000 from his grandmother's estate, for which he has acted as conservator ever since she was put into a nursing home 2 years ago. At least one Minnesotan is going to miss part of the World Series excitement. Lieutenant Governor Marlene Johnson is taking off for Sweden on Monday. Her 3-week tour will focus on the Swedish child care system and is being paid for by the Swedish Bicentennial Commission. The festive mood at the state capitol this afternoon had a serious purpose. This balloon launch was a fundraiser on behalf of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Each balloon represented a $1 pledge to the center. Stay with us. In just a moment, we'll hear from Dr. Walt for his forecast for game time and beyond.
And these people are here standing on this line today for a stroke of luck. They need tickets, but me, I need 2. Just 2. Anyone in the city here can get 2 tickets. I'll be grateful. Thank you.
This week on Our Magazine.
I want this U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission to start doing its job.
Toys that kill.
They were going to search that darkroom until they found some pornography.
A father falsely accused of child pornography.
In our surveys, 2 out of 3 women who had used condoms said they had experienced discomfort because of vaginal dryness.
Plus the proper use of condoms. The parents of handicapped children and exploring the secrets of the Titanic.
Our Magazine, Monday morning at 9 on Channel 4.
The moment is now a part of history. The celebrations were sweet, the homecoming unforgettable, but Twins fans, the best is yet to come. Throughout this incredible season, Mark Rosen and the WCCO television sports team have been there, bringing all the action home for you. And now, as the Twins battle the Cardinals, stay with Channel 4 Sports for live, expanded pre-game and post-game shows throughout the series. It all starts with the Twins World Series preview, Saturday at 6:30 on Channel 4.
We're sitting here with our long faces. We don't get to go over to the Metrodome
we
to
don't
watch
get
the
tickets, but we
game.
I do happen to have, of course, the now world-famous Homer hanky, but I thought if there's another use for this.
Oh?
Yes, the Cardinals crying towel. I hope they get to use them. What can I say? We're probably in the least exciting spot in the world now.
I think we are.
Yeah, I mean, in the studio, it's just nuts outside. I grew up in Brooklyn when the Dodgers were there and finally beat the Yankees, and this is more exciting than that, let me tell you. And the gloom of early this morning has given way to bright blue skies this afternoon, sort of, I think, a portent of the victory to come tonight. And it's really very pleasant out there. We're sort of squeezed between 2 cool fronts in this little dome of high pressure through the region. And I think the weather today was pretty much a hit. It was very pleasant, all in all, a little bit cooler than normal for this time of year. And we're not going to see a big warm-up, it turns out. 22 degrees this morning at Valentine, Nebraska. In fact, up in the high country of Colorado, it got down to 7 at Gunnison. 20s were fairly widespread through the heartland. The 70s have retreated down into the far south. But look, there's no precipitation anyplace in the upper Midwest, the lower Midwest, the west, southwest, far west. I mean, you get the idea. There's nothing coming at us, so it's going to be dry for the next few days along with the cool. The high today was 56, 4 short of normal. The low last night, though, under the cloud deck was a bit above normal, 43. We had a few sprinkles before the clouds departed. And the sunrise, 7:21, the sunset at 6:25, about an hour before game time. Tomorrow, the front will have swept through. The only real major change is the winds will swing into the northwest. It'll be a little bit on the breezy side tomorrow, and it will be a little bit cooler. There's a lot of cool air funneling down from Canada, so we don't expect a warm week. So in the home of the Texas Rangers, that's where about the only spot where we're going to see any rain throughout the country tomorrow of any significance. It's going to be dry in most places, which is pretty typical for October. Our temperatures will be in the low 50s, upper 40s over most of Minnesota. It'll be warmer in St. Louis for a while, and it's really going to get hot there on Tuesday night, but for a different reason. So, it is beautiful outside. You'll need a coat if you're going to be out this evening, though, because it's a little on the cool side. Clear and down to 53 right now. 39 the dew point, 59% the humidity. The wind southwest at 12 and the barometer 29.95 and steady. The forecast for tonight, mostly fair and cool. Twins 6, Cards 3, 35 for low. Southwest wind swinging into the northwest. Then for Sunday, partly cloudy, breezy, and cool. We won't predict the game yet, but the high will be 52. Northwest wind 15 to 25. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, kind of cold, really, down around 27. And then on Monday, partly sunny, cool. Everybody will rest up to go get victory number 3 on Tuesday. It'll be cloudy here, and then the rest of the week will clear up, but it'll be rather on the chilly side. So the temperature in the dome, though, will be about 72 degrees, but I don't know, about 52,000 screaming fans will probably warm things up a few degrees.
6 to 3, huh? We'll check on that later.
It was a great day to be out of doors, and for Pete's sake,
That's just where some folks were today. For Pete's Sake was the theme of a benefit carnival held at Kenny Park in Minneapolis. Pete is a 13-year-old leukemia victim in need of a bone marrow transplant. Family and friends turned out in force to help raise part of the cost of that operation, expected to be about $200,000. In just a moment, Ralph John Fritz will have the sports, which will include another report from the Metrodome.
I'm from London, Ontario. I need 2 tickets, please. We're staying at the...
This child star became ambassador to Ghana.
What?
Who is Shirley Temple? Audio Daily Double. They sang, "Time is on my side."
The Rolling Stones. What are you guys doing?
We're thinking Jeopardy.
Oh, excuse me, I never took a foreign language.
No, it's Jeopardy, like on the game show.
Oh, then I've got one. She's short, not a real blonde, and she hasn't had a date in 3 months.
Who is Nancy?
Jeopardy's, the language of Jeopardy.
On Channel 4.
If you're trying to lose a few pounds and butter is out, you're gonna love this.
Molly McButter.
Now you can shake on the taste of butter for just 4 calories.
Molly McButter.
New Molly McButter natural butter flavor sprinkles. The taste of real butter with only 4 calories per serving. A very wholesome, 100% natural 4 little calories. So indulge yourself.
Molly McButter.
You've got Molly now.
Men like to watch women strippers. Is it the same if women watch male strippers? We'll see both perform next on here.
Walt says he thinks the Cards will score at least 3 runs tonight.
6-3 Twins, he says. You know, I don't think much of his prognosticating weather, but he must know his baseball. Give me the high five. Are you ready for this game?
All right.
Yes, we'll celebrate early. The biggest baseball game these cities have seen in 22 years get underway in about an hour. Twins manager Tom Kelly opens the World Series with Frank Viola on the mound. Whitey Herzog, the St. Louis skipper, will counter with flaky left-hander Joe Morgan, who is a rookie. And Tom Hanneman, another left-hander, is standing by at the Dome, and he has a report and a late update on what's happening at the Dome. Tom?
Ralph, I'm all set to go in case Tom Kelly might need me. I hope the Twins will not need me. It's already loud in here. Every time the Twins have gone on and off the field for batting practice or infield, they've gotten a standing ovation from the crowd, which is about half full right now in the Metrodome. I remember when we started the American League Championship Series, how nervous some of the players, in particular Steve Lombardozzi, was visibly shaking. Talked to him just a short time ago, and I think he is pretty much like the rest of the Twins. They're ready. You know they're nervous. They're not showing it, though, but more than anything, they want to play baseball. Randy Bush was talking about how do those football players put up with 2 weeks before the Super Bowl of all this media hype. He couldn't understand it, but there really is nothing left to be said here other than let's play the game. The Twins are ready, the fans are ready, and that's really the word here from the field, Ralph.
All right, Tom, 1 hour from now, we'll get the game underway. Tom and the rest of our Metrodome crew will be busy throughout the evening. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll be presenting World Series Preview, a half hour of pregame programming. And immediately following the game, join us for highlights, interviews, and opinions on Twins Extra. That's our post-game show, so join us for that tonight. Well, a rare Saturday off for the Gopher football team, which is trying to recover from its first loss, 18-17, a heartbreaker to Indiana last night in homecoming. The Gophers going for their 6th straight win. Started strong. Darrell Thompson put the Gophers up 7-zip with this nifty 42-yarder. Thompson topped the 100-yard mark for the 5th time, but he was outrushed by Indiana's Anthony Thompson, 160-103. The Hoosiers trailed until quarterback David Schnell, an outstanding passer, scored his 2nd touchdown of the night. The 2-point conversion failed, but the Hoosiers led by 1 with 12 minutes to go. Then the Gophers with a chance to win it in the final minutes, but Chip Lohmiller's 44-yarder missed to the left, leaving the Gophers a yard wide and a point short of a 6-0 record. Well, today, Ohio State hangs on to beat Purdue 20-17. Michigan, Lorenzo White, 187 yards, a 38-0 win over Northwestern. Illinois by 2 over Wisconsin. Michigan comes back to beat Iowa 37-10. Our candidate for comeback player of the week, Michigan quarterback Demetrius Brown, threw 7 interceptions last week, but redeemed himself with 4 touchdown passes today as Michigan manhandled Iowa 37-10. Brown, a highly regarded freshman with Ricky Foggy-like quickness, showed his arm strength on the last play of the first half. Watch this. A touchdown pass that traveled 67 yards in the air ended up in the arms of Greg McMurdy. Well, in our top 20, Oklahoma, #1, rolls over Kansas State, 59-10. Nebraska, no problem with Oklahoma State, 35 zip there. It was 20-10 Auburn. LSU, a 34-9 winner over Kentucky. Clemson down Duke, 17-10. UCLA over Oregon, 41-10. It was Penn State losing to Syracuse. Look at that, 48-21. Notre Dame, a 35-14 winner. Florida easily over Temple. And Texas squeaks by Arkansas in an upset 16-14. It's been 17 years since Syracuse has beaten Penn State. Well, today it was all Orangemen. Don McPherson hooked up with Tommy Keene on 3rd and goal from the 28 for 6 points. The Carrier Dome was rocking as the Orangemen went to 6-0. Quite a day for McPherson. The crafty quarterback runs the option to perfection. He goes 20 yards to pay dirt. Syracuse led it 41-0 before the Nittany Lions got on the board. Syracuse will move into the top 10 now with that 48-21 win over Penn State. Well, the North Stars played to what will be one of the season's smallest crowds this afternoon at the Met Center. What with the World Series and everything going on, only around 9,000 watched the Stars take on Winnipeg's Jets. And after a scoreless first period, the Stars rookie defenseman Mike Berger, watch this one now, watch the bouncing puck right into the old net, made it 1-zip Stars, but Winnipeg scored 4 straight from that point. Winnipeg comes right back to tie it. Dave Elliott, his first career NHL goal. It was 2-1 Winnipeg after 2, and they go on to beat the Stars 5-2. The Stars have won only 1 of 5 games under new head coach Herb Brooks. So that's the final 5-2. And the Gopher hockey team defeated national champion North Dakota 4-2 last night. Those two teams going at it again tonight in North Dakota. 1 hour from now, it's game time, World Series at the Dome.
Looking forward to it. Time now to toss it back to Don and Pat at the Dome for a few final words.
All right, Deb, thank you very much. Wish you were here. We do have a big program coming up at 6:30. More talk about the Twins.
They seem so calm. We worked ourselves into a frenzy here. We're going to be back in just a minute or so with a special preview program, so stay with us.
We're gonna win, Twins. We're gonna score. We're gonna win, Twins. What's that baseball score? Knock out a home run, shout a hip hooray. Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today. We're gonna win, Twins. Give it our all. We got the guys who'll knock the cover off the ball. Let's hear it now for the team that came to play. Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
We're moving. You know what a big job that is, and you should be excited. We get a new warehouse, and you get to save big. This all has to go. We packed every Slumberland store full, and we raced through and marked down everything in stock. Thousands of Lazy Boys, hundreds of sleep sofas, thousands of mattresses, hundreds of brass beds, hundreds of day beds, huge discounts of 20, 30, 40, even 50%. Don't miss this sale, and please, come in soon to any Slumberland store, because the boss won't be happy till this warehouse is empty.
They're coming to a Hardee's near you. The stars of Hardee's Cinnamon and Raisin Biscuits. And now, when you buy any 2 Rise and Shine biscuits or any dessert, you can get a cool California raisin for only 99 cents. There's 4 in all, a new one each week. Get your California raisins at Hardee's. Another way we're out to win you over.
Now at Dayton's, enter a new dimension of sight and sound. The Scotch Video Cassette 3-pack, 2 EG video cassettes and 1 EXG Hi-Fi video cassette. Only $11.99 after rebate. Scotch Video Head Cleaner, the sure way to clean VCR heads, just $9.99 after rebate. And Scotch XS2 audio cassettes, just $12.49 for the 90-minute 10-pack after rebate. On sale now at Dayton's.
Best of luck in the World Series.
Because of the following Twins World Series preview, Wheel of Fortune will not be seen tonight.